Stringy chips are a problem that can cause swirl marks that affect the finish of the workpiece, get stuck on the tool and mess up the alignment of your probe, and blocking coolant from reaching your cutter, risking a tool break. Our simple solution? Reversing the spindle. After every hole, the spindle will reverse at up to 2,000 RPMs and get rid of any chips that are holding on to your cutter. In order to help reduce cycle times and increase productivity with Haas machines, you can increase the Rtech speed of all the taps in your cycle by 4 times. This can save you 13 seconds per part, which is more than 3 hours in a month. That is a lot of time that you can spend on making more money. Haas's next generation controllers allow you to upgrade to a full 5-axis simultaneous machining. What if the machines in your factory go from this to this? A 5-axis rotary table and a trunnion use your old 3-axis machines to help you make new business opportunities. Just imagine if you could turn all these machines into a 5-axis machining. It would be a gold mine. Haas machines can help you get the business opportunities when you need it. We have Dynamic Workpiece Offsets, or DWO, that allows you to take your programs and move them to another machine. Repositioning a workpiece has never been easier. Even though the offset changes, by using just a few lines of G-code, we can change the work origin easily right from the control panel. This saves lots of time because you don't need to rewrite the program. TCPC is essential for making simultaneous 4th and 5th axis moves. It synchronizes the cutter to your workpiece, keeping the tip of the tool at the exact location as your X and Y axes, giving you a much better finish. Conventional machining would mean that you need thousands of lines of extra codes and much longer cycle times. All Haas 3-axis milling machines with next generation controllers gives you the choice to upgrade them into 5-axis simultaneous machining, even after the machine is installed in your factory. Spindle Speed Variation, or SSV, increases and decreases spindle speed continuously, which can significantly reduce the effects of chatter. When difficult cutting conditions cause chatter in your workpiece, it is because of uneven cutting on the part. This causes the tool to vibrate, affecting the finishing of the workpiece. With SSV, the spindle speed is now increasing and decreasing, preventing the buildup of vibrations. This keeps the machine out of the chatter zone, creating better finishing for your workpiece and prolonging your tool life. The Programmable Coolant Nozzle, or P-Cool for short. With numerous positions, the power of P-Cool is that you can program it for every tool in your program, long or short, one after the other. Available as an add-on option to the through spindle coolant system, Tool Air Blast delivers high-pressure air through the tool onto the workpiece, blasting chips away from the cutting zone before they can be cut a second time. This is especially useful for deep cavity machining, keeping pockets like these chip-free. Vents in the tool itself direct the high-pressure air at the tool's cutting edges. Engraving is a tedious task, especially for sequential engraving. Operators have to unplug the program and rewrite the code for every single part. Even for a small order to fabricate 10 pieces would be so much extra work. What if it were 100 or even 1,000? And don't even get started on how much work it would take to program a rotary engraving. Well, Haas's controller helps you do the work, automatically adjusting the text after every cycle, and allowing you to make changes right from the control panel itself. And you're just one line of code away from rotary engraving. Fast cutting allows you to be aggressive when machining. Aggressive means more chips, and more chips equals more money. One of the major factors to high-speed machining is not only the spindle speed, but also having high cutting feeds. This allows you to cut with maximum efficiency and minimum cycle time. Both series not only have high cutting feed, but also faster acceleration and deceleration. Air spindle turbine is simple to use. What makes this spindle great is its rigidity while cutting. This puts it in a league of its own. It does this by using a patented governed turbine that keeps the tool spinning, even when you're cutting the toughest materials. It can cut at RPMs ranging from 50, 65, and even 90,000 RPMs. Other spindles that make the same claims stop on impact instead of going right through like air spindle does. This is a normal standard operating procedure, very long and complicated. The problem in Malaysia is the language barrier with foreign workers. This means you have to spend a lot of time to train and teach them the machining process that you need. The best kind of SOP is a digital one. This simplifies it. A video is better than 1,000 words. The videos can be right in between your program, giving instructions on what to do and when to do them. Every model of VF is equipped with a productivity booster, thanks to our new 40 taper side mount that goes faster and holds more tools. Don't have your tools pre-staged? Don't worry about it. We have changed how we rotate the carousel. No more indexing. We're driving the carousel straight to the tool you need. It's now servo-driven, which means it takes less time to go from one side to the other. It's just simpler and faster now, and it also carries 25% more tools. It's designed to be more productive, easier to use, and more reliable. Allowing smooth and precise operating, our tool changer puts simplicity, durability, and speed together. When your cutter starts to wear and tear, you need to determine at which point you need to replace it. There are many variables when machining, especially with steel. These variables make it hard to predict tool change. When machinists try to determine the lifespan of a tool and when to change it, they usually make rough estimates based on personal experience. If you change your tool too late, you might damage your spindle, but change it too early and you waste the tool. Since worn-out tools create friction that increases the spindle load, by tracking your spindle load, you have the best indicator of when to replace tools. Haas's Intelligent Feed Control program allows you to not only monitor spindle load, but it also automatically adjusts the cutting feed to be at an optimum rate. This prevents a scenario where the cutter is worn and stress starts to build up in the machine from the friction. The program gives you the right timing to change tools, avoiding spindle damage and maximizing tool life.